She quickly turned her radio direction finding loop to locate the null, but the signal never dropped out. The frequency was too high, so the radio waves from the Itasca were reflecting and arriving from different directions. Joseph Gurr, a radio mechanic who worked on Earhart's plane, later said that they knew there were limitations to high frequencies which had a tendency to skip and bend, creating a false radio direction bearing. Without a minimum, she was still lost. Earhart frantically called Itasca. "We received your signals, but unable to get a minimum. Please take a bearing on us and answer with voice." Itasca attempted to explain the problem. "Your signals received okay. It is impractical to take a bearing on your voice." No response. Without the belly antenna, she probably never heard any of their communications. And it wouldn't have mattered if the Itasca had sent low-frequency signals, because Earhart's loop was tuned to pick up 7,500 kilohertz. So why didn't the Itasca correct the frequency she suggested? Commander Thompson of the Itasca was aware of her radio direction finding limits. He had received messages both from Earhart's husband, George Putnam, and the Coast Guard's San Francisco division stating Earhart could only take bearings on frequencies between 200 and 1,500 kilohertz. But he either thought Earhart knew more about her radio equipment, or that it wasn't his place to make suggestions and take more responsibility for her flight. When she asked the Itasca to tell her if these frequencies weren't suitable, she could have been referring to the ship's capabilities rather than her own. The Itasca said they'd be ready on the frequencies she wanted and more, instead of giving specific suggestions. San Francisco's Coast Guard Division tried to get Commander Thompson to take more responsibility for Earhart's radio communications by suggesting they directly tell Earhart which frequencies to use. But Thompson essentially told them to butt out.